Welcome back to my kitchen. It is What You Cooking Wednesday, and it is Pampered Chef's 45th anniversary today. 45 years ago today, on October 15th, 1980, was the first kitchen show done by Doris Christopher, our founder. She used our pizza stone, which, you know, we love. Who's got the pizza stone? Comment stone if you have a pizza stone, if that was one of your first purchases. I know it was one of my first purchases. Put that over there. So, tell me, 45 years ago, tell me if you've got the stone. Our catalog started with stoneware. It has been our foundational collection for 45 years, made in the U.S., Can't get any better than that, right? So, I am just super excited to be doing my live this on the exact same day. So, just so you know, the pizza that she made on that stone, Doris made on that stone, was a frozen pizza that she just added some extra vegetables to. And everybody oohed and ahhed over it and said, there's no way it can be frozen. She was like, here's the box. And it was all because of the stone. It helped to make the crust crispier, and it didn't taste like cardboard like many do, right? So I'm not making pizza tonight because Pampered Chef Live did a couple of great pizzas last night. I hope you caught that. If not, comment live or PC Live, comment PC Live, and I will make sure to get you the link to the replay. It was an amazing celebration last night for our Pampered Chef Live. Doris Christopher was on. Our CEO, Nevada Sabrova, was on. So please check it out if you haven't seen it yet. All right. I am making another classic. It is probably, I think it's the first recipe I tried when I went to a Pampered Chef party. I've made it as a consultant at probably, oh my gosh, many cooking parties, cooking shows. So maybe you've had it too, all right? Maybe you remember this one. It's the chicken and broccoli, and it's made as a braid, but you can also make it as a ring. So Pampered Chef is known for our braids and our rings because they cook up perfectly on stoneware. And they're actually one of the first things, like using crescent rolls or the Pillsbury refrigerator pizza dough. My dog is killing me. He's going back and forth. Can you hear him? All right, because of the higher fats in it, it helps to season the stone quicker without having to do anything else but just use it, okay? So, he's driving me crazy. Oh my, I love my puppy. All right, anyways, so we're gonna get ready to go. I've already got the oven preheated, it's just ready to me. And I'm going to get my other ingredients ready. I've got my chicken ready. So this is out of 2 cups of chicken breast out of a rotisserie chicken. So you can pull the chicken out of a rotisserie chicken. You can get it. You can maybe cook it up in your multi-cooker, cook it in your deep covered baker in your microwave, or if you have the rock crock, cook it in your microwave. Easy peasy, lots of easy ways to make chicken breast. And maybe it's one of those things that you prep ahead so that you always have chicken in the refrigerator, all right? So a lot of times, we go to Costco about every other week, so I always grab one of the rotisserie chickens, and that's where this came from. This is one of the breasts from the rotisserie chicken. So I always grab it because, you know, you can always use cooked chicken, right? So many recipes use cooked chicken. So it's nice to have it, and we love chicken salad as well. So there you go. That's my chicken story. Let's get on to the veggies, all right? So another classic product, our food chopper. Been using this. I think this might be the one I bought. I don't even know if this was the one. I think this is the one that came in my kit, but I had another one before I was a consultant. So I'm not going to use the bottom tonight, but if you're doing nuts or something, the bottom is great because you can do a small amount, but I need about a cup of hot broccoli. So, and I like this because it'll get it very small. I like it when I'm doing the broccoli for the chicken broccoli braid or ring. In this case, I like it nice and small. I like it really small for when it cooks up nicely. So I don't know if you knew, our blades on the food chopper, they turn. Watch this. So every time you're pushing down, it's turning. So you don't really have to move the food around. It does it all for you, right? All right, let's stick it inside there. Make sure you're doing this on a nice cutting board, you know, so you're not killing your counters, obviously, right? Or you're using the little cap. All right, I need about a cup. That's almost there. Let's do a couple of those. And it's a great way to get that frustration out at the end of the day. Now, if you're prepping ahead to make this up, maybe you're making this for a party or a gathering of, I don't know, after work or something, you can totally prep all of this, the veggies, the meat, get a filling, put it all together, and put it in the fridge. And then all you have to do is assemble the ring or braid, and there we go. That's plenty, I think. That looks like plenty. We'll save this broccoli for later. All right. So, there we go. We got broccoli all chopped up. All right. That's good to go. All right. Now, I'm just going to try and move it over. See, it's grapes too. Look at that. I'm using my prep board, which I love because it has these little cup things. There's probably a better name for them, but I'm calling them cup things, right? And it has brackets. You can put two. It comes with 2 brackets and 2 of these. So you could use it on the side if you had this on the end of the island or so, or you could put them both right in front. I think you can put it on either side. So it's very versatile, and it's great for having a garbage bowl when you're cooking. I absolutely love it. So, all right, I've got a pepper here. I'm going to use my new pepper core. Have you seen this yet? Absolutely love it. So this center part is actually for smaller peppers, the little bell peppers or jalapenos. And then this part here has little serrated edges. If you remember our scoop loop, it works the same way, but it's nice because it has a little longer handle, so cleaning out inside the pepper, all right? We're going to use this big one part first. Serrated here, so this is what we're going to use over the top to get our core out, all right? Just give it a turn inside there. Make sure it's all loose. Oh, this time it didn't come out with it. All right, there it is. It's all out. All right, and then I'm just going to use this part to get out the rest of the seeds and any of that other membrane in there. All right. Right into my bowl. Oh my gosh. If he knocks over this camera, I'm going to die. All right. And he literally was calm before I came on. All right. We need, I don't know, about half of this, 2/3 of this pepper, because we need about half a cup. I think about that much will be good. All right. So I'm going to use my food chopper again. Why not? It's already dirty. All right. And you can get it nice and small. Get my sleeve up here. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. All right. That kind of, there we go. I forgot to turn it over. You want to make sure it's turned over because it's going to cut through that skin easier. Let me see. Yes. There we go. For right or left-handed, doesn't matter, right? Many of ours are, well, that one didn't even, hello. I need to have more frustration. All right, here we go. Might need to sharpen this. Did you know you could sharpen the blades on here? We have a tool called the multi-sharpening tool, and that will actually sharpen. Okay. It will actually sharpen our multiple different tools. The food chopper, the manual food processor, our coated knives, and the professional shears. Took me a minute to think of that. This one does not want to chop up. I mean, seriously. I have never seen this happen before. And of course, it's because I'm live. I swear, anytime something's going to go wrong or happen, it only happens when I'm live. Okay, we don't need that much. I did a little too much, but that's okay. I will save it and have it for another time. Another use, I'm sure, this week during cooking. Okay. I got a little towel for my hands. All right. What else did I not do yet? Oh, I know. I need, I'm going to move this over. We're done with this. I can get rid of that. All right, I need some cheese. So I'm going to take my towel, dry off a little spot on my board here. There we go. All right, using my adjustable coarse grater. I love, this is my favorite grater. It has a cover here, so it protects it, the blades, protects my hands. If I stick my hands in the drawer, it folds flat, and those blades are going to stay nice and sharp. So it does fold flat for storage. This little button on the back, just pop it open. Now it's like your box grater, okay? Or you could do it all the way open and do it right over the bowl. Either way, it has little silicone feet here, so when it's on this angle, it's not going to slide around on you, okay? So we need about a cup of cheese, all right? I'm using sharp cheddar cheese, and watch how fast this goes. Now, I love, since I don't know, one of my first Pamper Chef shows, cooking shows that I attended, before I was a consultant, they talked about why you wanted to grate your own cheese. And I think I bought a grater that night because I was like, ew, they put like all that stuff in your cheese? And they do. They put stuff in there because they have to keep it from sticking together, right? So that's probably just about, look at this. I'm talking in this few seconds. Now, a lot of times I will do this entire bar of cheese and then just put the rest extra in the refrigerator because you know you're going to use shredded cheese on something some other time this week, right? I mean, if you live in this house, you will, because we are cheese lovers. So I'm actually going to just grate up the entire block of cheese. And that way I have it for later to put away, okay? And it's not going to take me that much longer. The cheese, when you buy it in like this in a block, it's just cheese. There's no added fillers in it, right? It's going to be, it's going to melt better. It's going to taste better. And it's actually going to cost less money, okay? It does cost less than if I were to purchase shredded cheese. I got too much in there. There we go. All right, and when we get down to the bottom here, you know, this little extra piece is either for me to snack on or for the dog if he doesn't knock anything over or kill me before the end of the night. So there you go, right? All right, there we go. All right, I just did all that cheese talking real quick, right? We only need a cup of this cheese, but why not just grate it all up at one time when you're doing it, right? No sense, you know, washing that grater a second time are doing it. All right, we've got all of our stuff ready to go. I'm making some room over here. All right, so we're gonna get this all in a bowl right now. Okay, so we're gonna take our chicken, about 2 cups of chicken breast just diced up. All right, then I've got, where's my little scraper thingy? There we go. Grab my bench scraper. Love this thing. So we need about a cup of broccoli. I will take, and I'm going to use about half of this, a little bit more than half of that pepper, I think. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. I'm eyeballing it. You can measure this all out yourself if you want to. I usually just kind of eyeball, especially cheese. Measure cheese with my heart, okay? Anybody else measure cheese with your heart? Comment cheese if you're a cheese lover, all right? Love to hear it. All right, that's about a cup of cheese. Then I need half a cup of mayonnaise. I'm using light mayonnaise, so you can use whichever. It's in my Measure All cup. I love this because anything like solid like this, you just push it right out, boom, done, okay? Then I need a clove of garlic. You could do 1 or 2 depending on the size of the garlic. That looks pretty good. There we go. Now, we got a little Barbie hairbrush here. Hold on to that. We're going to use that in a second. All right. There. Squeeze that right out. You notice I didn't peel that. Don't peel on our garlic press. You don't have to peel. The peel will stay right inside there. Let's get all that garlic in there. And look at this is the peel right there. Boom. How about that? Easy peasy. Now, this little Barbie brush, besides getting this off the bottom here, this little brush part of it is actually for sticking in the holes so you can clean it out easier, okay? So don't lose it. If you do lose it, Guess what? We sell replacements for it because I swear mine just grow feet and walk away. Either that or my husband or my sons have thrown them away in the past. So it happens. All right, 2 teaspoons of our fabulous all-purpose dill seasoning. Love this. So many uses if you want to make your dill dip for your chips or your veggies. Our cool veggie pizza, delicious. So many uses for this. On salmon, oh, delicious. All right, I need 2 teaspoons of this. So I'm using my adjustable measuring spoon. It fits right inside there. And it can go from a teaspoon all the way to 1/8 of a teaspoon. All right. And the little cap, I will show you here. This little black part that moves around, it actually pops right off for easy cleaning. Dishwasher safe, okay? All right, moving this out of my way. I like to stay kind of cleaned up here. All right, let's mix this all together. All right, just get that all, the chicken, the red pepper, the broccoli, the cheese, the garlic, and our all-purpose dill seasoning. If you want to add a little salt, you can. I don't usually. I think it's fine. The recipe does call for a little bit of salt. So you can add it or not add it. Depends on what your choice is, okay? So you want your mixture to kind of look like that right there. How's that? Okay. Let me move this stuff so I can get my pizza stone over here and we can get busy with that. Let's try not to put the broccoli in there. Okay. Let me move this board. And I'm just going to wipe the counter real quick because I don't want any of this extra food on the bottom of my stone. Because it just kind of gets baked in the bottom. I don't know what that is, right? Okay. All right. Grab your pizza stone. And we're going to grab our crescent rolls. All right. They're in the refrigerator till the very last minute because you really want to use these cold, okay? As cold as possible. Oh my gosh. I bought crescent rounds instead of crescent rolls. Let's see how this works out. I didn't even know they made crescent rounds. Has anybody else done that? Okay. Didn't know it. We will see how these come out. They're in little strips. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Oh, paper not perfect, my friends. Okay, we're going to just kind of, not sure how I'm going to do this. Okay. We will figure this out. Anyways, this is going to make it much more interesting because with the crescent rolls, it's easy to make the little design and wrap it around. So let's see how we're going to do this. Okay, let's see here. I think I might do these strips this way. Hang them over the edge there a little bit. Something like this. Let's see. We are creating a new recipe tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, that might be too close together because we want it to be about halfway. And we're going to fix this, make it right here in a minute. There we go. Let's see how that goes. Let's do the other side. You know, sometimes you just got to wing it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Okay. I'll do this here. All right. I had no idea they made crescent rounds. I knew they made crescent sheets, but never have I seen crescent rounds before. All right, maybe we can put these a little closer. All right. Let's see here. a new one on me. All right, we're gonna get this one in here. Make that a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, how's that look? That looks pretty decent. Okay, let's take our baker's roller here. So this is great if you don't want to do a full-on rolling pin. This is great, and especially if you're doing it on our bar pan. I make pizzas on our bar pan all the time, and this gets right in the corners of it. So perfect. Okay, I want to spread this out because I want to get it. Might be easy with my hand to start with. I want to kind of make a base for this. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be. We'll see here. I might have to trim off these edges. I think I'm going to trim a little bit here. We're going to do this all the way around so that I can have a little bit bigger base. Doesn't that make sense? Say yes. Absolutely, Sharice. That makes sense. Oh my gosh, this is not the norm, guys. Okay, make sure that you're buying regular crescent rolls, not rounds, so that you can not have to do this extra work here, all right? So I just want to make sure, because I want an area I can put my chicken and broccoli into, right? That's what we were looking for here. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm just trimming just a little bit off the ends, putting them right in here. There we go. Okay, that looks like I might be able to have a better base. Okay, now let's give this a little roll to kind of attach these, push them down there. That one just does not want to stay. Hello. There we go. All right. Okay, I think we're pretty good now. All right. Oh my goodness. All right, there we go. We're gonna call that good, and I think it'll work. I think we're gonna be okay. Hey, you know, pampered, not perfect. We can make it happen. All right, using my large scoop, we're gonna go around and fill in right here. We're just gonna drop a scoop right in there. Okay. All the way around. Kind of make, you know, if you're making the taco ring, who's had taco ring before? That, again, is another classic that I've made many, many times. Taco rings are great. Okay. So just keep going all the way around with a large scoop. Get that all up to there. There we go. Oh, you get in there. All right. See, anybody can do this. If I can do this, anybody can do this. I'm telling you. All right. Just about there. Okay. Have a teensy tiny bit left. Perfect. Getting it right, I think in that spot right there. All right. How does that look? Perfect. Yay. Okay, now we're just going to take these and I'm going to crisscross them and kind of tuck this under. I'm going to crisscross them just to kind of see if we can kind of keep that in. Normally I would just kind of go straight over, but with our specialty of tonight, we're going to do a little crisscross action. All right, just kind of tucking them under to the other dough that's underneath there. All right. Do this one. Oop, that one kind of. There we go. There we go. All right. Just about there. Little crisscross action. It's going to look even fancier than usual. All right. And this is a crowd pleaser, guys. Everybody's going to love it. I haven't met anybody that really doesn't like this. to tell you the truth. All right, then you're gonna take an egg. I just do a full egg, or you could just do egg white. It doesn't matter. I've done it both ways. Recipe calls for egg white. If your egg yolk breaks inside there, go with the whole egg. It's not gonna be a big deal. So I've got my 1 cup prep bowl and my mini stainless steel whisk I'm using here. These whisks are amazing. They will last you. You buy one whisk, you're gonna have it for the rest of your life and your kids' life. Okay, then using our pastry brush here, we wanna cover this with the egg wash. This is actually gonna help to seal that and keep it all inside, our filling inside our pastry here. Okay, so just kind of brush it all over. Again, you can make this as a braid with the crescent rolls, or a lot of times I'll buy the sheets for that and then just cut the strips on the side. Super easy. If you would like a little how-to and a bunch of recipes for making braids and rings, I want you to comment with braid and ring, okay? And I will send you my little recipe document with all of the recipes in there and the how-to of making rings and braids, okay? All right, you don't have to be pretty about this. It doesn't have to be fancy. It's all gonna bake in and be delicious. So don't worry if you look a little messy. It's all right to be messy when you're cooking, all right? It truly is. Okay, that looks like we've got all the pieces. Great, okay. Now, you can, if you have a nut allergy, don't do this, obviously. But a little bit of slivered or sliced almonds over the top just kind of gives it this little fancy look when it comes out because it gets all brown. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of have just a few left in this little bag here. There we go. And it just, because it sticks right to this wash, that egg wash that we just put on there. And it'll kind of give it a little fancy look to it. Why not, right? All right, there we go. All right, I think that's good. I think that's beautiful. All right, guys, what do you think? It's going in the oven, for about 25 minutes. All right, what do you think? Does it look delicious? So comment below. I'm going to throw this in the oven. Comment below if you've had the broccoli and chicken braid before. And one thing I didn't say about the pizza stone that I'm using tonight, it is our new Fusion line. Alexa set a timer for 25 minutes. It is our new Fusion line. So that means it actually is broiler safe. It can go in the dishwasher as well. And you'll know it because if you're not sure which type stone you have, if you flip it over and if you see this wavy pattern on the back of it, then you know you have the new Fusion stone. That stone then can be put in the dishwasher and under the broiler, and it can be preheated, okay? Because the regular stones are not supposed to be, our previous stone versions are not supposed to be preheated, okay? Well, that's it for this week. Again, please join me in wishing Pampered Chef a happy 45th anniversary. It is quite an accomplishment for a company, a U.S. company, to be still in business 45 years later. And I can't say enough for this company. It has done so much for my family. I really don't know where we would be without this business. So I have to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to Doris Christopher for having the vision to create this company and to invite us all, everyone, anyone, to join in and be part of it. So if you had ever thought about it or have questions, please reach out to me because it is something I truly want to share with you because I know it can change lives. So enough of that. Thank you for joining me this week and every week for our Whatcha Cooking Wednesday. Again, my name is Sharice Hurd and I'm your Pampered Chef. I hope you have a fabulous week. See you next time. Bye.